Shalom to everyone. Today we're learning Zerash Mishon Parashat Toldot. And today we would like to say thank you to Mr. Shlomo Tzadikov. He's sponsoring one part of Shi'ur. Leilu Nishmat, his dear father. 2 years ago he passed away. He was big tzaddik. And Anav Shmuel ben Chusni Ruach Hashem Tenichenu Bagan Eden. And also today is your side of Susie Shoshana Bat Pole Ruach Hashem Tenichena Bagan Eden, because she suffered in Holocaust. I don't know what did she get harmed by them in Holocaust. She couldn't have children. She came to America, passed away last year. And I want to say special thank you to Lebaev's family, Mrs. Berta, Raphael, Nathaniel, and especially our philanthropists who helped her a lot with everything to make sure the burial took place. Kedin vekadat is Mr. Yosef Akilov ben Shlomo, and she should be Melit Yosher. Pray for them, and Be'ezrat Hashem, soon. I'm not gonna say within a year, earlier. We should be dancing in the wedding of Rabbi Nathaniel, Rabbi Raphael, and also second Rabbi Raphael Akilov, Ariel Akilov.
Boris, brother.
Boris Akilov, his brother. Ocheni Ratzon v'nomar. Amen. One more time. Leilu Nishmat, Shmuel ben Chusni, and Susie Shoshana bat Polya. Ruach Hashem Tenichen Bagan Eden. We're learning letter Gimel. It says in the pasuk, of course you know, Yitzchak Avinu and Rivka Imenu, they were 20 years without children. After 20 years, Hashem listened to their tefillot, and Rivka Imenu conceived. She got pregnant. Then, as she was walking near Beit Midrash, Yaakov Avinu wanted to come out to go and serve Hashem. As she was walking near the idol worshipping place, Esau wanted to come out to serve Hashem. Did she know she's having twins? No. At the moment, no. Leilu Nishmat Avraham ben Zoya, Gam Elazar ben Tamar. Amen. Did she know she has twins? According to some opinions, no. Some opinions, yes. But at the moment, now she doesn't know yet. When she'll go to Yeshiva of Shem and Ever, they will tell her that she has twins. Okay? Pasuk vayidrotzotzu abanim bekilba, and the children fought in her stomach. But Tomer, she complained. She has so much pain. She says, what, 20 years I prayed to get pain, such a suffering? If so, lama ze anochi, why do I need this for? Why do I need such a pain? Pirush Rashi explains, gadol tsar ha'ibur, if such a strong pain and suffering of the pregnancy, lama ze anochi, why do I need this for? Mitaveu mitpalelet ala herayon ad kan leshona. She was desiring to get pregnant and got pregnant. Why do I need this for? Basically, she complained. I want to say a midrash that really has to do with our time now. Midrash says, God forbid if you will teach your tongue to complain.
Your what? If you teach what?
If you teach your tongue to complain, chas v'shalom, person loses good time, person loses money, person loses set mind when he complains. I really believe the coronavirus took place in the world because people complain so much. Hashem says, I do so much good for you. You complain? And this is now we appreciate everything. Anytime we're able to do party, we appreciate. Anytime we're able to get more than 10 people, we appreciate. Before was a simple thing. Yes, no, who cares? Today we appreciate all this. Why? Because we did not appreciate, we complained. If we will work the whole month of Kislev starting today, and we will be only happy with what we have, I guarantee you, as soon as Kislev, in middle of the Kislev, already they'll say what? Coronavirus is not harm anymore. It's gone. Now we'll go further. Kislev stands for kis. It means money. Lev means good heart. We say Hashem give us money and give a good heart. Kislev. Okay. Vikshu. And the Mefarshim is asking question on the prayer and complaint of Rivka. Alze. Ma makom le'sheila zo. Mefarshim is asking, what's the place of this question? Liz'ogu litchadet al ma she'avar. Is it Rivka Imenu screaming and feeling bad on whatever happened? Is she feeling bad that she got pregnant? ואיך תסק הדעת? תסק הדעת לומר שהאדם המתפלל יתחדד מה שהתפלל. How can it fits your brain to understand? Person prayed, he got it, now he's complaining. How can that happen? You pray something together, now you're complaining.
She didn't pray for that. She know that's what's going to come. Price. Yeah, she know the price is going to pay.
Believe me, I'm telling you one more time. I learned this Pasha 20 years. I never thought that there's such a chidush could be in life. When you see how strong question of Rachel Imenu and what the actions is, you'll understand there's something deeper than what we think. And it's beautiful. Ve'od, Zera Shimshon asking another question. Ve'od kashem al vatelech lidloch shet Hashem. She goes to complain in yeshiva. She goes to find out, she goes to complain, she wants to find out what's the status of the baby here. וכי אישה מעובדת שסובלת צער הולכת אצל הנביא והחכם? I don't understand. Huh, guys? Today, pregnant woman, when she has problems in the stomach, she goes to a rabbi? She goes to a prophet? She goes to a doctor. She doesn't go to a prophet or rabbi. She goes to the hospital. Why did Rivka went to shul? Why she came to Beit Midrash? There was no doctor, no such a thing. In the city, there's no doctor, you're not allowed to leave, my friend. There's no police, you're not allowed to leave in the city. What does that mean? The prophet, the rabbi said, there is 2 nations in your stomach. What does that mean? Upiresh Rashi, Shnei Rashi Goyim Elo Antoninos Verebi. This is not 2 nations. It doesn't talk about Yaakov and Esau here. It talks about 2 chief guys of each nation. Antoninos was the chief from the children of Esau. Rabbi Yehuda Nasi Urod Mishnayot from the children of Yaakov. Not even talking about Yaakov and Esau here. It talks about 2 chief from children of Yaakov and Esau. Valoma lo pilshu al Yaakov and Esau. Shimshon asking question. Why doesn't talk about Yaakov and Esau themselves? Shayu Arishonim. They are the first ones. No, who will come out tomorrow? Who will be born? Yaakov and Esau. So speak about them. Va'avot shel shtei umot. And they are the fathers. Why are you talking about chief people in the community of Yaakov and the community of Esau? Speak about the fathers themselves, Yaakov and Esau. Ve'od, another question. Piresh Rashi, mime'ayich yiparedu. They'll be separated from your stomach, from inside of you. What does that mean? They'll be separated from inside of you. Honestly, I'm not asking questions to ask questions, because if it's going to be taking you, people listening to me, because there's a microphone here, but they cannot hear you, so they'll be confused. Okay, I'm sorry, Rabbi Yonatan. I owe you 1 question, 1 answer. Mina ma'ayim hem nifradim ze le'rish'o ve'ze le'tumo atkan le'shono. From the stomach already, they'll be separated. This one will be Mr. Rasha, and this one will be Mr. Tzaddik, who will learn Torah. Hello, did you eat? You want to eat? You good? Good. How you feeling? Thank you. V'yesh lomar. And now, let's step by step answer the questions. Guys, I want to tell you, before I continue, thank you everyone for coming. I know you had hard day, cold outside. You still come. This is what means I love you, Hashem, and I love you, Torah. The Torah love doesn't talk about from mouth to person could talk till here, from here to China. But when you do it, when you get out of your house and you go to shiur, this is love of Torah. And because of this, because of your hard work, Hashem gives me present to understand something deep and reveal it. All these questions that Shimshon is asking, we'll give the answers. And when we'll give the answers, we're going to review the questions. It will be clear to everyone.
Thank you.
If you want to follow through, it's on your chat. Zera Shimshon. Sha'ar Eliyahu. V'yesh lomar. Ephraim. V'yesh lomar. And the answer to all the questions is, שלפי שחווה בחטאה גרמה שיפלו ניצוצות של הקדושה תוך הקליפה. חווה, Adam Arishon's wife, when she sinned, she caused holy sparks.
No.
She caused the holy sparks to fall into the dirt. You see here I have tea, right? And I take some breadcrumbs and throw inside. This is what Chava did with sinning. She took holy sparks and she threw into the dirt. Dirt. V'yesh lomar. I'm reading it and we'll go a little bit faster. V'yesh lomar. The answer is, שלפי שחווה בחטאה גרמה שיפלו ניצוצות של הקדושה לתוך הקליפה. When Chava sinned, she caused dirty, holy sparks to fall into the dirt. זה גורם לשליטת הטומאה בעולם. Because the holy sparks are in the dirt, this dirt is controlling the world.
The whole world?
זה גורם לשליטת הטומאה בעולם. This is what causes impurity to control in the world. The world is being controlled by fake things that looks real, bad things that looks good, evil that looks pleasant. Like, all this is because Chava sinned. She threw holy sparks into the dirt, and that dirt is controlling it. Unless you fight against it. זה גורם לשליטת הטומאה בעולם. That's what causes the ruling of Tum'ah in the world. This is very deep, Zera Shimshon. If you will think about every word it says, it's extremely deep. ומזה באים הרשעים. Because of this controlling, this is how evil people come into this world. הרשע. והרשעים גורמים צער כפול לאישה. And these רשעים, let's say, woman pregnant with the rasha, if regular pregnancy 1 pain, with the rasha 2 pains. Zera Shimshon, 300 years ago. A woman has double pain, she has to make teshuvah while the baby is in the stomach to change his neshamot. והקדוש ברוך הוא אמר לחווה, and Hashem said to Chava, הרבה יצאונך וערונך. Oh, you will have a lot of suffering and a lot of pain during the pregnancy. והכפל של הרבה, and the double language of the הרבה, you'll have a lot and a lot. מלבד מה שדרשו חז"ל. More than what חכמים gave דרשה. In Eruvin Kuf Amud Bet. היינו לומר שמלבד צער ההיריון, except for suffering of the pregnancy, she'll have double pain. Why? Because the baby in the stomach is rasha. עוד יהיה לה צער כפול שתוליד לשעים. More than pregnancy, she'll have double. Why? Because the baby will be rasha. So if person has tzaddik born, no pain. Less pain. Any woman is pregnant, she has pain. Labor has pain. Why? Because this is the punishment Hashem gave to Chava. But when child is rasha, chas v'shalom, there is double pain. כדאמרינן בפרק ח' דיומא. Yes. As we learn in the chapter 8 in Gemara Yoma, page 82b. Zoru Rashaim Merechem. They will come out. Rashaim from the stomach. Ubishvilo Tzadik she'imo tochal beyom HaKippurim. Rasha, when he's in the mother's stomach, on Yom Kippur he will make his mother eat. How do you know? Because when a woman walking on, if woman is pregnant and she says, I want watermelon, God forbid you're not going to give her. You know what's going to happen? You have no idea what's going to happen. World War V. And it's dangerous. According to the Torah, you don't buy it to pregnant woman what she wants. Chas v'shalom! You're putting the baby in danger or the mother in danger. Therefore, you have to go and do it. Even 1 o'clock in the morning, that's right.
Because of her desire.
Because it's an inner desire, it's a baby's desire, basically, through her. So when she's walking in the middle of the street on Yom Kippur and a goy, Ahmad, making shashlik, shish kebab, and she says, I want that. First thing, what do you have to do? Guys, we learned this Gemara 10 times. What do you have to do first? Whisper. Why do you have to whisper? Whispering has to do with neshama. You have to whisper into your ear. Why ear? Because it has to go straight to the soul. Yom Kippur is the end of the only day that has to do with the soul. You speak to her soul. If the baby is tzaddik, he will be, It's Yom Kippur, she'll say, oh, I forgot it's Yom Kippur, forget about it. You forgot about it? This child will be Gadol Ador. According to many opinions, Rav Yosef's mother went through this. Rav Yosef's mother was pregnant. She desired to eat something on Yom Kippur. One rabbi said to her ears, today's Yom Kippur. She said, oh, sorry, forget about it. Shmuel, Gemara says Shmuel. Why he became big tzaddik? Because his mother also wanted to eat on Yom Kippur. They said it's Yom Kippur, she stopped. Elisha, remember with Rabbi Akiva went to Shamayim? And then she said, Elisha, no?
On the horse.
Rabbi Meir Balanes Rebbe.
Yeah.
He became Rasha. Why? His mother was walking on Yom Kippur. She said, I want shish kebab. They said Yom Kippur. He said, I still want shish kebab. Uh-oh. If the baby hears in the mother's stomach Yom Kippur and he still stays on his rishut, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. How do you know the baby is Rasha? He's going to make his mother eat on Yom Kippur. That's the proof he's Rasha. ובשבילו צריך שאמו תאכל ביום הכיפורים. אם תריח איזה ריח, he will want to eat if he smells certain smell. אומנם, still, בפרק כ"ד סוטה, first chapter גמרא סוטה, page 12b, says, אמרינן, it says over there שאנשים צדקניות לא היו בפתקה של חווה. Holy woman, tzadkaniyot, woman tzadeket, she's not in the punishment of Chava. She has nothing to do with Chava. She goes to the hospital, before doctor walks in, she's holding baby in her hands already. No pain, no suffering. That is woman who is tzadakat. Ubevadai, shelo teladna ki im tzadikim. And what? If she has easy labor, means the child will be who? Tzaddik. Why? Because came out easy. Because they had nothing to do with Chava, the baby doesn't even have to feel a simple natural pain. There's no natural pain even. And of course not the double suffering that Rasha's mother has. And chapter 9, Gemara Brachot, page 61b, says, Amrinan, Yada inish benafshe. Ooh, this I did not know. It says, you, me, walking in the middle of the street. It says you walk in the middle of the street. You know yourself who you are. Can you imagine that? A person knows his body. He says, I am tzaddik, or I am Rasha. I want to tell you something said Lava David Pinto in his book, Pachad David. In Pachad David says, how do you know you tzaddik or not? If you're scared to smile in the middle of the street. If you're scared to smile in the middle of the street, if Satan attacked you because of your sin, you're scared to smile. You Tisha B'Av, whole year round. But if you're tzaddik, you made Avera, who doesn't? But you made Teshuvah right away. You didn't go to work until you made Teshuvah. You walk in the street happy. Why? You took your Satan into your hands. This is what Hashem wants. You're not scared to smile. Hi, how are you? Everything's good. Why not scared to smile? You took your Satan in your hands. Rav David Pinto. So basically, Gemara says in Brachot 61b, Amrin nan yadaya inish benavshei tzaddik hu im rasha hu. Person is tzaddik or rasha, he knows about himself. Next, if can if so, Rivka hayta yodat ba'atzma shei tzaddiket. 1 second. Rivka knows herself that she's tzaddiket. She's 23 years old mother, pregnant with twins. Therefore she prayed to get pregnant. She was confident that she is tzaddiket. And from her will not come out son who is lasha. The ilavachi, if not so, if she would know I'm not tzaddiket, she would never pray. Why? Because she's not tzaddiket. If she would pray, she would have children rashaim. Therefore, she says, I'm tzaddiket, let me pray. I'm going to have children tzaddikim. So nothing wrong. You understand what's going on? Brothers, you understand what's going on? Huh? If person knows he's tzaddik, right? He's not scared to pray to have children. Why? Because children will be tzaddikim. But if person is Rasha, he's going to be scared to pray. Why? If he's going to pray for children, maybe child is Rasha. Not maybe, for sure child is Rasha. So therefore that mother or father scared to pray. But Rivka, she knew herself that she's who? Tzaddiket. If she wouldn't be tzaddiket, would she get closer to Avraham Avinu's house and marry Yitzchak Avinu? You think so? Not possible. How they say, Rabbi Michael? E-F-Shar. Right? So 1 second then. If she knows she's tzaddiket, she's scared. She says, Hashem, give me children. Why she's begging? Because she knows I'm not bad person, I'm not bad woman, I'm tzaddiket. So children should be who? Tzaddikim. Make sense? From plus comes out plus, from minus comes out minus, right? Right or no? Let's go further. Huh? This is Zera Shimshon's question. And mine and yours. We'll see till the end, and you will see how deep the answer is. Me and you, never in our dreams we thought about this answer, believe me. This is something worth for me to wait 40 years of my lifetime to learn this Zera Shimshon. It's worth it. And for you a little bit more. Let's go. The ilavachi, if Rivka Imenu would think she's not tzaddiket, lo hayta mitpalelet klal al-hirayon. She would never pray to get pregnant. Mishum damrinan b'midrash, it says in the midrash al pasuk vela'a im derech otzev bi venachani b'derech olam. Whoa. You know what it says? Hashem, if you know my children will be bad. Pasuk says that. Pasuk. Hashem, if you know my children will be bad, I agree to be b'derech olam, to be barren all my life. Chas v'shalom. Pasuk says it. It's brought in Midrash Rabbah. Shne bnei Adam amru davar echad. Two people prayed the same prayer. How do you know who you look like? You know, sometimes people come and say, oh, this guy looks like Eliyahu Hanavi. How do you know? How Eliyahu Hanavi helps to everybody, this guy helps to everybody. Or they say, this one looks like Avraham Avinu. Why? Because he does a lot of chesed. Or say, this guy looks like Yitzchak Avinu. Why? Because he sacrifices a lot to Hashem. This guy loves to learn Torah, and they say, oh, this guy is Yaakov Avinu. Who you look like, who you act like. Look what it says over here. Avraham Avinu and David Amelech, they prayed the same prayer. Avraham Avinu said, Matiten li v'anochi olech hariri. Hashem, you're telling me my children will be great, this, that. What are you giving me now? Ishmael. And I'm walking what? I'm walking empty. Even Ishmael, he didn't have that time. He was 75 years old. He didn't leave his father's house. Hashem said, don't worry, you will be great. He says, Mati tenli, what are you going to give me? And I'm walking Poor. I don't even have one child. Means, if you give me son Rasha, I'd rather walk around poor. No children. This is what Avraham Avinu said. David HaMelech, וכן David אמר, אם עתיד אני להוליד בנים ולהכעיסך, Hashem, if I will have sons and I will get you angry with my sons, מוטב לי ונחני בדרך עולם. Better for me to live empty, no kids, than have children that will get you angry. This is what was hope for David HaMelech, that he's going to have children, Talmidei Chachamim Tzadikim. This is how we have Shlomo HaMelech. If not for Shlomo HaMelech, maybe he wouldn't have children at all, because he prayed like that. He said, if my children are Rashaim, no children. So answer my question before I go further. What is it good if you have child and he's Rasha, or you don't have child at all?
You have child in Russia.
Huh? You say like this. Avraham Avinu David HaMelech did not say like this. Why?
Hashem said you have to if you have ability to have children.
This was the mistake of Chizkiyahu HaMelech. Chizkiyahu said, I don't want to have children because I'd rather have no children than have Rashaim. And Yeshayahu came and said, you're wrong. Why? Your job is not to do calculations. But this is already further on. But here, Avraham Avinu and David HaMelech prayed like this. They said, no Rashaim. I don't want Rashaim in the house. Why should I raise Rashaim in my house? Said. Unbelievable. Huh? Wait. Esav Ishmael came out. Yes, wait. There's something juicy coming. Guys, can I move on? Let's go. Ulchen. Therefore, Keshesham'a, when the Rivka heard that she has two children in the stomach and they're fighting, Shaya Tsar Gadol Me'a'ibul Shela, that she has such a pain from her pregnancy, she was wondered, shocked, and confused. How is this possible? Am I tzaddiket or not? If I'm tzaddiket, how tzaddiket have baby Rasha? What is going on? Or if you're telling me I am not continuing the punishment of Chava, why am I suffering here? Why do I have Rasha in my stomach? Why am I having difficult pregnancy? Sha'arei achad mishtayim lo yimana. One of two punishments is not held back. She has and hard pregnancy and one is Rasha. What is this? Double punishment? What's going on here? Or haklal she'anashim tzadkaniyot lo hayu bepitka shel Chava eno emet. Or maybe woman who is righteous, they're not coming from punishment of Chava. That's not true statement. They are chas v'shalom. Therefore, I'm having tremendous high level of pain and suffering in pregnancy. Ve'uvrahu rasha, and the baby is rasha. Or she'aklal ha'echer shel yodeh inish b'nafshei tzadikhu or rashahu eno emet. Or maybe this is what Gemara says. A person. This is what Gemara says. A person knows about himself, he's tzaddik or rasha, is not true. V'hi not tzaddiket. Or could be it is true, and I'm not tzaddiket. I think I'm tzaddiket, and I'm not tzaddiket. So it comes out that statement is not true. Because if person thinks he's tzaddik, and comes out to be rasha, that statement is not true. Ulfi. How from the beginning a woman prays to get pregnant, then after she gets pregnant she prays that she should have an easy labor, right? And then she says, Hashem, when my child comes out, let him live long. Why she went to bed midrash of Shem? Because she said, I want to have easy labor and I want my child to live long. This way, who can give you that? Not doctor. Rabbi can give you that. Who can give you bracha to have child live long? Doctor? Rabbi can give you bracha that your child should live long. This is why she went to bed midrash of Shem and Ever. Shem. Actually there was no Ever here, only Shem was there. In the beginning it was Shem and Ever, but he is Shem. I don't know. שיגיד לה, אם ראוי הוא שתחזור בה ממה שכבר התפללה סתם. She went to Shem to find out. I want to pray to have easy labor. Should I come back after easy labor to pray that my son should live long or not? If he's tzaddik, she's going to pray that he should live long. But if he's rasha, what's the point of praying that he should live long? Let him leave the world and stay as tzaddik over there. כמו שעשו אברהם ודוד, or maybe she has to make condition. The way Avraham Avinu did and David HaMelech did. Hashem, if tzaddik, let him live. If no, Rasha, let him go. שאם יהיו בנים מכעיסים שלא יהיו בני קיימא, if these children will be making Hashem angry, let him not survive. וזהו שכתב רש"י. This is what Rashi wrote. אם כן, גדול צער העיבור. If so, then there's tremendous pain of the pregnancy. שאני לא היה לסבול צער גדול של העיבור. She said, I am worthy to suffer tremendously the pain of the pregnancy. או מפני שאין אני צדקת. Maybe because I'm not righteous, or משום שאהבת צדקניות היו בפתקה של חווה. Or could be, even good women are part of the curse of the Chava. That is her question. But really, we'll see in both, she has nothing to do with the punishment of Chava, and she has nothing to do with that she's not tzaddiket. Because with Rivka Imenu is different. It's not like regular mothers, regular sisters, regular daughters. It's Rivka Imenu. It is the woman who was 3 years old and brought 50 times water for camels, maybe more than 50 times, to 10 camels to drink. And she didn't have to. And she was only 3. When she was 23, she did much more chesed. To be in Sarah Imenu's house, you have to be chesed 24/7. So 1 second, if we're talking about Rivka Imenu, what are we talking about? Let's see the depth. We'll see right now. Guys, can we move on? Mr. Shalomov, I know I'm boring. I'm not that boring. If you have a school to go to, you have to go to. Sorry. Good night. Thank you. ואם כן, if so, טעיתי להתפלל על ההיריון. If so, Rivka Imenu says, you could open the window a little bit, please. Rivka Imenu says, if I got mistaken, then I made mistake for praying for pregnancy. שהרי אברהם ודוד פילשו דבריהם, שאם עתידים הם להוליד לשם לא היו רוצים בנים. Because Avraham and David prayed, if their children will be evil, רשעים, they didn't want to have those children. לכן היה ראוי לי לעשות, and therefore Rivka Imenu said, maybe this is also appropriate for me to do so. והייתה מצטערת ומפחדת שמא טעתה בתפילתה, and she was scared and worried, maybe she made a mistake in her prayer. והקדוש ברוך הוא השיב לה, and Hashem answered her. Hashem answered her, שני גויים בבטנך. There are 2 nations in your stomach. ופילשו חז"ל, and rabbis explained, שני ראשי גויים. It's not 2 nations, 2 heads of the nations. Who are the heads? Elo Antoninos veRebi. This is Antoninos and Rabbi Yehuda Anasi. כלומר, שסיבת צערה אינה מחמת ההיריון. Why they say to her that in her stomach there's 2 heads of the tribes, heads of the nations, to teach her that we're not talking about now. We're not talking about that she's suffering pregnancy because of Chava. We're telling her that she has something higher than that. There's Antoninos and Rebbe in the stomach. Who are these two? Two great leaders. Shevadai hu she'atzadkaniyot lo hayu bepitka shel Chava. Really? Holy woman, righteous woman, they had nothing to do with the punishment of Chava. V'gama emed hu she'i tzadeket gemura. And the truth is, Rivka Imenu is big tzadeket. V'lo haya min ra'u shetolid ben rasha. And really, it's not proper for her to have son who is evil, who is rasha. V'zeh ha'tza'ar hu adraba mechamat zechuta. So why she's suffering? Because she has great reward. Rivka Imenu has great reward. What is the reward? Look at this, guys. It's worth it for me to wait till this time to learn this. I'm going to show you something very deep. Look inside and have patience. She'ata haklipa va'kedusha merivot zo im zo. At this point, holy spark and dirty spark combined together. They are mixed. Who mixed it? Chava, by sinning. But you know what? Women until Rivka Imenu were not in the level to separate that. They were not in the level to separate, so Hashem was waiting for Rivka to come in order to put that dirty and holy spark in her so she should separate it and be separated from the mother's stomach. Her suffering is not because of the punishment of Chava. Her suffering is because she's worthy to fix and separate holy spark and not holy spark. And you'll see right now how deep it goes. I'll give you the answer though. Should I give you the answer? We're not talking about holy spark, Yaakov Avinu. We're not talking about Yaakov Avinu here. Here we're talking about, in the beginning we spoke about holy spark, Yaakov Avinu, not holy spark, Esau, right? Here we're not talking about this here. Hashem said, leave Yaakov Avinu, he's holy person. In Esav, inside Esav, there is some holy sparks and I have to take it out. One of the holy sparks is Rabbi Meir Balanes. Why? Rabbi Meir's grandfather was Neron. He was a Roman emperor. He had to come and destroy Beit HaMikdash. Because he didn't do it, Hashem said, you will become Jewish, and you did not shut off the light of Beit HaMikdash, your grandson will bring in light of the Torah. How do you say bring in light, enlighten? You say the word Me'il. This is where Rabbi Meir Balanes comes. Rabbi Akiva's father was Ger. Where is Ger from? He was Ger from Esau's children. This separation of holy sparks came out because of the zechut of one person only. Who is that? Rivka Imenu. So her suffering was not the punishment of Chava. Her suffering was because she had zechut to separate holy spark from not holy sparks. Tell me, those who left early, did they lose out?
Yes.
This is to show you when you stay a little bit longer, this is where the enjoyment comes in.
Basically a blessing.
100%. This is what every day to day happens to us. Even we went through Corona, we don't know the blessing part of it until after Corona is over. They'll say, wow, remember this, that was blessing. Remember this, that was blessing. Everything Hashem does, it does for good. Let's look inside and go further. V'akadosh Baruch Hu heshivla. I'm going to start from V'akadosh Baruch Hu one more time and we'll go fly through. Rabbi Michal, you ready? Yeah, Rabbi Aaron, yeah? Rabbi Gabriel, you? Yeah, good. V'akadosh Baruch Hu heshivla, and Hashem answered her. Shnei goyim bevidnech. There's two nations in your stomach. Pilshu Chazal. Shnei rashe goyim elo Antoninos v'Rebbe. This is two heads of the nations. Antoninos and Rabbi Yehuda Anasi. Kelomar shesibat tzada ena mechamad ha'elayon. Her suffering is not because suffering of the pregnancy. Shevadai hu she'atzadkaniyot lo hayu bepitka shel Chava. Really, woman, holy woman, they were not in the suffering of the Chava or punishment of the curse of the Chava. V'gam ha'emet hu she'i tzadeket gemura. And the truth is, she's tzadeket. She's biggest righteous woman. V'lo haya min ha'ra'u shetolid ben rasha. For her is not worthy, proper. It's not proper for her to have son who is rasha. V'zeh ha'tza'ar hu adraba mechamat zechuta. But suffering she has now is because she has merit. She'ata ha'klipa v'ha'kedusha merivot zo im zo. Now holy and not holy spark are mixed in together. She'ha'kedusha rotza le'hotzi et shela mitoch ha'klipa. When she went near the shul, Yaakov Avinu's holy sparks. Not only Yaakov Avinu, he grabbed from Esau's leg. What's that? He grabbed Ekev is Akiva. That was Rabbi Akiva, right? He grieves Rabbi Akiva. He comes out. One holy spark. There was thousands of holy sparks. Today, any goy becomes Jew. That is the sparks that Rivka Imenu. She was in the Rivka Imenu's stomach, that lady, or that man. I know, it's very deep, huh?
From Ishmael generation, anything came up?
Until Esav, no. Today, maybe 1-2 years. Today. But until Esav, nothing. Zero. This is why it starts from Rivka. If it would be from Ishmael, they would suffer, would have this. Sarah would have this punishment. Suffering. So we'll see now. שהקדושה רוצה להוציא את שלה מתוך הקליפה, ומשם יצא אנטונינוס, שהוא הפרי הנפרד מהפסולת. Who is Antoninus? He was a fruit that came out from the garbage. He was born from Goyim, Andrian Antoninus, and he became Jewish. He died as a Jew. He became convert. Antoninus was learning Torah daily based from Rabbi Anasi, and then in the end he became Jewish and he died as Jew. ואף על פי שאנטונינוס היה מלך וראש, and even if Antoninus was a king and a head, והראש והמלך שקולים וכוללים כל העם, and the head and the king, they combine themselves, the whole entire nation. מכל מקום אי אפשר לקליפה לפלוט בפעם אחת כל מה שבעלה מהקדושה. Still, you can't spit out all the impurity in one shot. ומשום אחי, therefore, הוצלחו לבוא מהם שתי לאומים. From them had to come out two nations. דהיינו, שתי אומות אדום וישראל. Two nations, one red, one כלל ישראל. יעקב ועשיו. כי בריבות האומה של עשיו יצאו ממנו קטיעה בר שלום. One more time. There's two children in the stomach. Two children, Yaakov and Esau. We got it wrong. I'm sorry. Yaakov is Yaakov. Sorry. In Esau, there's two sparks. Yaakov and Esau. Now let's go. Number one is Ketia bar Shalom. One came out. Ketia bar Shalom. Goy became Jew. Costinero. Shel Rabbi Chanina ben Tradion. Who's Costinero? Costa. Who was Costa? Costinero. Should I tell you who was he? Look at this. He was the guy who they tied up, Rabbi Chanina ben Tradion, with Sefer Torah. They put the water with the cotton in the heart. Why? So he should not die fast. And they put on him oil and burned him while he was wrapped up on Sefer Torah. Okay? So they were burning him. Costinero said to Rabbi Chanina ben Tradion, said, listen, if I make your fire a little bit faster for you to die faster, higher fire, what do you promise me? He said, I promise you Gan Eden. Within split second he became Jew. He accepted and said, Shema Yisrael, jumped into the fire. He made higher fire and he jumped, he hugged Rabbi Chanina ben Tradion. Voice came out from Shamayim and said, Costinero! And Rabbi Chanina ben Tradion, you are welcome to Gan Eden. Where did this Costinero spark war? Inside Esau. In Esau, there's Yaakov and there's Esau. Why so late?
It's so late, why does it count?
So I'm explaining you. Repeat after me. Yesh,
Yes.
Kone,
Kone.
Olamo,
Olamo.
Besha'a,
Besha'a.
Achat.
Achat.
You could buy your Gan Eden with one split second. A goy, 99-year-old goy. He walks around and says, 1 second, I want to be Jewish. He says, Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad, falls into the mikveh, comes out dead. Jew or goy? Jew. I mean, after breed, I'm talking about. After the breed. They made breed, he fell into the mikveh. They picked him out. What happened?
He died.
Jew or goy? Jew. Go bury him in the Jewish cemetery. He was Jewish only 1 minute. That's good enough. What is that teaching you? Yesh kona olamo b'sha'a achad. Let's move on further. Guys, can we go further or you got tired?
Yes.
I'm enjoying.
Нужно.
Shamaya v'Avtalion. Shamaya and Avtalion. They were from great-great-grandchildren of Esau. Where did they come out from? Rivka Imenu. Do you see that? In Esau's spark, there's holy sparks. Hashem did not punish Rivka by giving her Esau. Till today I thought that was punishment. No! Hashem says you have zechut from you're going to give birth to Esau. From Esau will come out Costinero, Shemaya Avtalion, Rabbi Meir Balanes, Kama Gerim Acherim, other Gerim, She'atzu Miklipot Esau, V'lo ken mi-Ishmael. You see? They came out from Esau, but not from Ishmael. Who asked me about Ishmael? Mullah Aaron, you asked me about Ishmael? It says from Esau they came out and not from Ishmael. You see? In Esau there was sparks of Kedusha. This is what it means. From your stomach they already will be separated. I thought separated who? Esau and Yaakov, right? No! In Esau itself. In Esau they're going to be separated. They're going to be Esau spark and Yaakov spark from Esau. Gerim. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I don't give this shurim throughout the weeks and months. I love it. Allah Zera Shimshon, Torah min hashamayim. כמו שאמרו ז"ל, וזהו ממאייך ייפרדו, כי לפי שהיו במאייך, משומחי נתרבה כוח הקדושה להוציא את שלה מתחת יד הקליפה. Therefore, בזכות of Rivka, each tzaddik was able to separate himself from Esau's spark of dirt. Each tzaddik was able to take himself out from Esau. כמו שכתבו המקובלים, ועין בשח בפרשה זו. Look in Shach. Now it's 10 o'clock. You want to go 5 more minutes or you want to stop here?
5 more minutes.
We'll go 5 minutes?
30.
5 minutes. ועוד אוסיף. And also he added. Shh. You with me? And also he added. Ul'om milom ye'ematz. What does that mean? When this one is up, this one is be down. If one is strong, second will be weak. she'af ha'umah shel Esav mo'elet harbe leYaakov. Even Esau's nation will be helping Yaakov a lot. Umarbe Torah beIsrael, and will be a lot of Torah in Jewish nation. Esau's children helping Yaakov to make a lot of Torah. Do you understand? Какой-то вам Андриан помог учиться Torah? It says Esau's children will help you, will help Yaakov to learn more Torah. Does it make sense to you? Kedamrinan. What does that mean? Hakol kol Yaakov vayadai midei Esav. What does that mean? What does that mean? Hakol kol Yaakov vayadai midei Esav. Did you ever think about this chidush? It's simple, but it's deep. Hakol kol Yaakov, voice of Yaakov, vayadai midei Esav, and the hands of Esav. What does that mean? Explain to me. What does that mean? When the voice of Yaakov, right? Esau's hands has no power. If there's no voice of Yaakov, then Esau's hands has power. Let me give you some different chidush. Hakol kol Yaakov. If you want the voice of Yaakov to go in the Torah, you need Adam idei Esav. You need Esau's hands to serve him. Because Esau's hands will serve him, he's going to have Torah on the table. How? A best example. We're learning Torah. How we have Chinese food? Who made chopping for Chinese food? Who cooked the Chinese food? Who wrapped it?
Who made the meat?
Who made the rice to be there? Who got all these vermicellis? Do you understand? Do you understand? They help us in order to learn Torah. In order to have voice of Yaakov, you need hands of Esav to work. To serve voice of Yaakov. It's so deep. Think about it. You're going to like it. He loves it so much he wants to run away. No, not yet. You like the chidush? I know it's finished already. Let's go further. 2 more minutes, guys. Put your clocks on. It's going to be 2 and 0. הכל כל יעקב, כל זמן שקולו של יעקב נשמע בבתי כנסיות ובבתי מדרשות, אין עדיין מידי עשיו שולטות, וכשם מרפא עצמו מדברי תורה, but when person loosens up himself from learning Torah, אז שולט עשיו. Then Esau comes and says, you're not learning Torah, now I'll show you my strength. וזהו המלאה החרבה. והיינו ולאום מלום יאמץ, שמפחד של עשיו, ישראל יתאמצו בתורה. When Klal Israel will be weakened on the Torah, Esau's strength will go. And when we will not learn Torah, Esau's strength will come and shake us out, scare us, give us fear, then we'll open Gemara and start learning. I want to stop here. I want to stop here. I think we got to a certain point to understand what's what. Guys, Rivka Imenu was not suffering because of Chava, because she's not tzaddik and wrong. Rivka Imenu was a source of separation. In the dirt that Chava created, that when she sinned, a holy sparks went into the dirt. Rivka had zechut that from her she should be mother of Klal Israel and mother of Goyim. And from those Goyim, the Jewish holy sparks should be able to have power to separate themselves and take themselves out of the dirt. And this was Rivka Imenu. When she prayed to get pregnant, she knew she has to go through this. She did not regret pregnancy. She did not say, oh, why do I need this because of that? She said, I think I don't need it. I do need it. Why? Because even from Esav will come out Shemaya, Avtalion, Rabbi Akiva, Rabbi Meir. It's still worth it. It's still worth it to have him, and it's still worth it to have the pain. Baruch Adonai Leolam. Amen. Amen.